I talk about Todd explaining that he's not a registered Republican, I guess I need to apologize to the Republican Party, because some people have said, you're a pretty weak Republican spokesperson then if you can't even get your own husband to convert, but he's much too independent.
Don't feel bad. My wife left the Republican Party too. We hear about the Obama plan. What's the Palin plan?
The Palin plan is quite simple, and I kind of get a kick out of it. I think it probably drives some of the elitists crazy that I don't get angry about it. I get a kick out of it when they say that I am too simple-minded and too plain-spoken, but my plan is quite simple, and that is to support those who understand the foundation of our country when it comes to the economy. It is free market principles that reward hard work and personal responsibility. And when it comes to national security, as I ratchet down the message on national security, it's easy to just kind of sum it up by repeating Ronald Reagan when he talked about the Cold War, and we can apply this now to our war on terrorism. You know, bottom line, we win, they lose. We do all that we can to win.
For you, national security is a little more of a personal issue. You've got a son in the Army. How's he doing?
He's doing awesome, and I am so proud of him and the decision that he has made, along with all the many, many men and women in uniform who I look at, especially these young men and women, and think, you know, they could be doing anything or nothing else in our world, and they have chosen to serve something greater than self. They're not just biding time or wasting time in their young years of their lives. They get it. They understand the need to protect our security and to really be willing to die for our freedom. And when I talk about my son, and he doesn't like me to talk about him, as a matter of fact, he'll chew me out if he hears about this, but
he may be watching.
I don't think he's ever turned on C-SPAN in his entire young life. But I'm proud of him and the decision that he has made, because again, they're serving something greater than self. But as my son would tell me, he says, don't pick me out, Mom, to thank me. Thank the troops that I serve with, and thank those who have gone on before me to allow me to do what I'm doing. Yeah.
2010 is an amazing year because it's an election year. We're rolling through the primaries. We just got through Illinois. I'm not even sure what's coming up next. Are you going to be endorsing specific candidates?
I will, and I will be attending as many events for these candidates as possible. I'll probably tick off some people as I get involved even in a few of the primaries, but I do want to encourage these contested, competitive primaries. Truly, this is how we're going to find the cream of the crop to rise to be able to face a challenger in the general. Let's not be afraid of contested primaries. I'm going to assist in some of those, but I'll get out there and campaign, and if not in all the races campaigning for specific candidates, I'm going to be campaigning for the message, this common sense conservative message.
I can think of two words right now that scare liberals. President Palin. I can. You know, we may not get to finish this. It seems to be two words that gets everybody on their feet. This is probably, I think, going to have to be our last question. If you're president tomorrow, you had everything in place, what three problems would be the first problems you tackle?
Well, we talked about the energy projects that have got to be introduced and progressed so that they actually come to fruition, and we're not just talking about them. And we talked a little bit about the spending cuts that have to take place and this growing debt that we have to get our arms around. I think that I'm all for the bipartisan work effort that is needed in Washington, D.C., but I think one of the issues that has to be tackled in D.C., and if I were ever in a position to help with this, is not make the promises about the bipartisanship if the promise can't be fulfilled. If truly there is not an intention to work with the other party on a specific issue, because say they are so fundamentally disagreeable to something like the takeover of the private sector health care, 1/6 of our economy, then don't tell the American people, don't fake it, don't pretend like you want to work with the other party on that, because that distrust that is built, and this is what I would work on if I were in this position, the distrust that is built makes us distrust all the decisions that are made coming out of Washington, and that makes us a less secure nation.
I know the people out there aren't going to like this, but I know you have to go. So thank you so much for coming down here. We really appreciate it. You may have to fight your way out of here from all these people who don't want you to leave.
Well, I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I have to apologize if I had anything to do with any of the controversy that some of the media spun up.
What controversy?
Yeah, right. I am happy, honored, proud to take any speaking fee that was ever going to be written out for me via a check and turn it right back around and give it to the cause. This isn't about money. It's not about a title. It's not about a leader position here in this movement. It is about the people. I will live, I will die for the people of America, whatever I can do to help. And this party that we call the Tea Party, this movement, as I say, is the future of politics in America, and I am proud to get to be here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you.